Canada have advanced to the Copa America Semi-finals and are set for a date against the reigning World Cup and Copa America champions in Argentina and Lionel Messi. And this is incredible as Canada finally gets a chance to redeem themselves after that group stage against Argentina, where they had a very good performance against the World Cup champions. And this is just mind-blowing to see Canada advance to the semi-finals of the Copa America, one of the biggest international footballing tournaments, and they are there, proving people why we do belong, why we are a footballing nation, and how good Canada soccer truly is now, and how far this Canadian men's team have come, because we truly deserve to be there. We played very well against Venezuela, and this is that Jesse Marsh mentality. Canada battled through adversity. Canada showed their mentality and why they're mentality monsters and that brotherhood to stick together and pick themselves up through tough times against Venezuela. Because Canada ultimately played very well. For me, through 65-70% of that match, Canada controlled and dominated, and the rest, Venezuela didn't really do anything with the time that they had on the ball. There wasn't a load of chances from Venezuela. Yes, they had a decent amount of shots, but what did they do with it? Not a heck of a lot. That Canadian backline was extremely strong. Yes, they looked very shaky throughout the first 10-15 minutes on the ball, in my opinion, but Canada truly grew into this game. Very shaky throughout the first little bit of this game, but once we grew into this game, we were very well. Quick throw in, and Jacob Schaffelberg capitalized. It was a fantastic goal, and it was amazing to see Jacob Schaffelberg score. Whenever Jacob Schaffelberg scores, he's truly Mr. Clutch. That's why it was amazing to see him and Sidney Crosby in the changing room, two boys from the Maritimes, from Nova Scotia, getting together, and it was an amazing picture, because Jacob Schaffelberg is Mr. Clutch for this Canadian men's national team. Scoring against Trinidad and Tobago did it big time for us there. He's done it in the past against the Americans, and he's done it here against Venezuela. For me, in the biggest match in Canadian men's history, because advancing to the semifinals is incredible. It does so many things for the organization, for the federation, for Canadian soccer as a whole. Whether it's putting us on the map, whether it's the money going into the coffers for this national team. It does so many things. The money is the least thing right now, but it means so much to Canadian soccer. Scoring that goal from Jacob Schaffelberg truly shows his importance to this Canadian men's national team. Because now with Tajon Buchanan out for a while, and that beautiful tribute he did after scoring, it was amazing to see what he did, because you just expected that to happen if Canada scored from open play. That holding of the jersey of Tajon Buchanan and Jacob Schaffelberg was the perfect man to do it. But everyone was calling for Jacob Schaffelberg to start. So many people were. For me, I think he should be that super sub. But Jacob Schaffelberg started and played phenomenally, creating chances, scoring goals, a beautiful passer that set up for Jonathan David. Where for me, this team should have been 2 or 3-0 up come the half, but Jacob Schaffelberg laid that ball on a platter for Jonathan David, where we should have went 2-0 up, and he should be taking that chance and making this 2-0. But Jacob Schaffelberg went sensational, and I'm very proud that he got the start, because he really deserved it, and he truly showed why he was deserve it, and that testament to him, because he truly took the start and ran with it, as so many Canadian players do. When they get given that chance, they take it by the collar, and they absolutely show why they're proven to wear that jersey and start for this national team. But Jacob Schaffelberg did that greatly, and there's so many really good performances from Canadians today. Like for me, Jonathan Osorio was a quiet but consistent performance. It was one of those performances that go under the radar, but it was still a good performance. And Ishmael Kone, he comes on late. He does very well moving and progressing Canada forward. Once he comes on, you can see that Venezuelan back line step further and further and further backwards, and you could see more chances be created once Ishmael Kone came on. It's just a difference of central midfielders, and it's a great ad for Canada to have also, to have Kone, to have Shakio, to have Ali Mohamed. And Ishmael Kone came on and didn't have his head down. The brotherhood was with him, and that is that mentality that you get from this Jesse Marsh side now. The mentality monsters that battled through adversity, and once Ishmael Kone comes on, his head's not down, his head's not dropped because he was dropped to the bench. He gets out there and wants to prove himself why he should be starting, and he came on and played very well, and I was very proud to see that for Ishmael Kone, slotting away with a winning penalty, and he was incredible when he did come on, in my opinion. Yes, took a pop shot, but still, just his presence changed the game, and I was very excited and very happy for Ishmael Kone to come on and be able to produce that. But ultimately, Canada deserved to win this game. Yes, you can look at it from a neutral perspective and say, well, why isn't Canada winning by more? We should have been 2 or 3-0 up at halftime. The ref was horrible, but Canada was by far the better team in this matchup. Should have been winning this game at half. The ref was horrible. What did Venezuela create? Venezuela created a shot from half where Crepeau was pushing too far up his line, and you could see it throughout the group stage. And then during this match, it finally catches us out. But you can blame that on Crepeau. You can blame that on tactics. But what did Venezuela create? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely piss all. And then you see what Canada's creating. We should have been 2 or 3-0 up at halftime. This was the best performance I've seen from Canada at the Copa America. Yes, we were shaky at times, but easily should have been 3-0 up. Two other chances that come straight to my mind. Jonathan David 1v1. Could have dinked the goalkeeper. Could have went around Rafael Romo when he sprinted so far to his goal. Jonathan David just had to round him and slot it in, but he panicked and slotted it wide. And then also the Kyle Larin chance at the back post. He was at the right place at the right spot, but he wasn't quick enough on his toes to be able to react to that ball played to him at the back door, where this game should have easily been 3-0 out of mind, out of sight for the Canadian national team, where we would have got to see Luc de Fougerolles, Diobert, anyone. Come on. If it was 3-0. But this Canadian team by far deserved to advance. They were incredible. It was the most important match and the biggest match in Canadian men's soccer history. And they absolutely showed why they were the better team, why they deserved to win, and why Canada is a footballing nation. And it was amazing to see. I'm still overcome with joy. I haven't even taken my kid off since last night. This is the morning after the match. And I truly can't put into words how much this means for Canada soccer, for the supporters and fans, through the ups and downs that these supporters have been through throughout the years, and what Jesse Marsch has done to this national team. It's absolutely incredible. You can see the mentality, you can see how the leadership is there, and the brotherhood is there still. I'm not saying it wasn't there with Herdman. I'm just saying it's so more apparent and clear how that mentality, the tactics, everything has changed with Jesse Marsch. And it's changed for the better, in my opinion. Jesse Marsch and Kevin Blue himself have changed this side, have changed this federation and association, and Canada Soccer and Canadian men's national team are a different side. And we're now heading to the semifinals against Argentina. I just want to scratch my eyes because it's crazy to believe. It's just an eye-awakening thing that we're playing Argentina in a semifinals of the Copa America. Like, who would have thought about that entering this tournament? Some people might have predicted it. Some people might have expected us to beat Venezuela if we advanced, but nobody even expected Canada to advance against Chile, Peru, and Argentina. Arguably the toughest group in the Copa America, when USA gets knocked out in the easiest one, when Mexico gets knocked out in one of the easier ones. But Canada is there. Canada is proving why we are a footballing nation, and we played very well. It's not like we were second best yesterday. For me, against Venezuela, that was our best match at the Copa America. And the way we played, especially in that penalty shootout, one of our boys would miss his shot. But our heads didn't drop the next shot. Because sometimes you miss a shot, the next player up skies it. You saw Portugal, that match for Portugal. You saw it when Portugal was playing their opponent against Slovenia. Sometimes it just happens. One player misses and then you're like, oh shit, here comes the next one, my head's down. But this Canadian team didn't do that. That's the true mentality of this national team. Canada had, I don't remember who was first. Was it Liam Millar or was it Eustáquio? One of them missed their shots. I'm pretty sure Miller was the first shooter who missed. And then the next player stepped up. And they didn't miss. Their head was up. Their mentality was strong. And you could see it. There wasn't a nerve on their face. But every time Venezuela would go up and then we would proceed, you could see that Canada looked strong. They looked ready to take their penalty, and there was no nerves there. Albeit missing a few times for Canada, we had the best goalkeeper at the Copa America to save this national team. Yes, you can criticize Maxime Crepeau for that miss, but after a little while of thinking about it, that's not Maxime Crepeau's fault, in my opinion. That's tactically. That's the set-piece coach. Every match, Maxime Crepeau on corners has been asked to step up significantly. And when Maxime Crepeau has been told that, he's clearly doing that and listening. He's not going through it every single time and one time staying back, one time going up, one time staying back, one time going up. That would be Maxime Crepeau's call, and you could tell that. But if it's the set-piece coach's call, when you can see him standing there every single match, that's clearly not Maxime Crepeau's choice. That is the coach telling her to do that. So I'm not blaming that on Maxime Crepeau, because when I initially watched that was me thinking about it. and blaming him. But now, after thinking about it, after having a night to sleep on it, that wasn't Maxime Crépeau's fault because he's been asked to do that. So you can't really blame Maxime Crépeau when he's been told simply to play at high line, offer a corner kick. But at the shootout, he was the star. For me, his new nickname is by far the Quebec Wall because that is what I'm naming him, and he was incredible. Two huge saves, two impressive saves, especially first couple shots. I'm like, Crépeau, you got to save that. And then after, it's just like, wow, that was incredible. That's Emi Martinez, like some of the saves he made. And Maxime Crépeau is truly proved why he's the number one goalkeeper, why he should have been the number one goalkeeper, even when Milan Boyan was with the national team. Maxime Crépeau should have been the goalkeeper for us years ago. And now he's proven why he should be the goalkeeper. Goalkeepers age well. They're like fine wine. And Maxime Crépeau has truly proved that. And he is going to be the goalkeeper to take us through for 5, 6, 7 years on. And he's been incredible for Canada. And it's going to be very exciting to see what he can keep doing. And hopefully he's fine moving his family to Europe of now because he's going to have callers. He's been the best goalkeeper at the Copa America. He's made the most saves. He's been brilliant in a penalty shootout. And he has been sensational. Maxime Crépeau is my national hero right now, along with Ismail Kone, as the Canadian national team advances to the semifinals against Argentina in the Copa America. This was a true match reaction, guys. I looked at no stats. This was truly from the heart. This was all adrenaline, all excitement, and all happiness. As Canada advanced to the semifinals against Argentina. And guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Hit that like button, drop the sub, because we're bringing all the best Canadian men's national team content on the channel, whether it's YouTube videos, YouTube shorts, TikTok. We are here with the best. Drop that like, sub, and comment, because Canada is set to play the reigning World Cup and Copa America champions.